I mean, if you beat him after that, it don't count. You understand me? So it's not that. I'm not saying Floyd's not a great fighter, but I can't put him ahead of guys who have crossed that line like that. When you have I put you in with an equal position.
Baby, Floyd is not as near as mean as Sugar was.
You don't think you gonna beat him? How? How you gonna keep him up? Sugar is a dog. People don't, just because his name Sugar don't mean nothing.
I don't know. But I do know, not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Absolutely.
Roy Jones Jr. boldly criticized Floyd Mayweather, leaving Stephen A. Smith visibly stunned. He argued that while Floyd's spotless record looks impressive on paper, it's built on victories over big-name opponents who are past their prime. According to Roy, Mayweather avoided facing fighters with true knockout power or real danger, shaping his career more around playing it safe than proving himself as the absolute best in the ring.
Sugar Ray Leonard said himself he thought he would beat him. The reason I tell people I thought Sugar would beat him is because when you mention great fighters, right? 90% of your great fighters are black. The ones from the past. Now, with Eastern Bloc coming on like they are, there's going to be some great ones coming on now. With Lil Tony, as you see, these guys are going to be great. They're going to start eclipsing and coming up there. But right now, if you had to name 5 of the best fighters of all time, 4 of them are going to be black. You understand me? Who did he beat that was black in his prime, that was in their prime, that was on his level? Nobody. Sugar Ray Leonard beat Marvin Hagler twice. Roberto Duran, who would be one of the other people on that pound list. He beat guys that were Floyd Mayweather Sr. He beat guys that were at their prime, no matter what color they were. He beat all of them at their prime. Him and Tommy fought when they both had O's. Not when Tommy got beat by Harry and Barkley. That's too late to beat Tommy. If you beat him after that, it don't count. You understand me? So it's not that. I'm not saying Floyd's not a great fighter, but I can't put him ahead of guys who have crossed that line like that. When you have I put you in with a equal opposition, now some judge say, hey, you did that, you go on that line. But Terrence Crawford was there all these years. You fought Canelo, who was way younger than Crawford, 3 years younger than Crawford. Crawford was there too, but you never called Crawford's name.
Is there like some sort of tensions and beef between you? Or?
He got mad because I said it. All the smoke. Then he started put up some video of him watching some of the fights I had in my little career where I got knocked out. He said, look at the highlights. Yeah, they make the highlights. But those highlights are probably more exciting than your highlights. Still, you feel me? But when you play with me, I'm not ducking and dodging nothing. Still, my name's still Roy Jones Jr. I don't care. I get in shape right now for anybody. Running ain't my game. I never duck and dodge. Just not. I'm not that guy.
Do you think he'll fight you?
I don't know if he will. I'm wide open for it. Let's go.
And on that note, always
as Stephen A. Smith praises Floyd Mayweather's greatness, he points to one of the most remarkable nights of Floyd's career, the bout against a young, dangerous Canelo Álvarez. Stephen recalls how Mayweather entered that fight nursing a hand injury, a risk most fighters would never take, yet still delivered a masterclass. He highlights Floyd's unmatched skill, calm under pressure, and razor-sharp ring IQ, noting that few could dominate a talent like Canelo, even at his best. For Stephen, that performance was proof of Mayweather's rare brilliance. Injury or not, Floyd never backed down, cementing his place among boxing's all-time greats.
And he says, I'm going to take him out about the 8th or 9th round. And I said, your hand's always broken. You ain't known for your punching power since you moved up from lightweight to welterweight. Why are you so sure you're going to do this? He said, Stephen A., he's a UFC fighter. He said, and he's a striker. He's accustomed to coming at you and throwing punches. What he's not accustomed to doing is punching while he's throwing backwards, while he's moving backwards, and pushing you off of him. He says, I'm going to walk right into him and stay at his chest. He's going to have to push me off in order to throw his punches. He said he's going to be circling the ring. He said by around 4 or 5, he's not going to have any legs. He's going to be done. And he said, and I'll just toy with him and keep him around until around the 8th or the 9th round. And that is exactly what Floyd Money Mayweather did. Boxers, if not the greatest boxer in history. He's absolutely sensational. But he retired years ago. And for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor. Not so much the one with Logan Paul. Look at it, these exhibitions and all of that stuff. That little melee and stuff don't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, it could have potentially been orchestrated. I don't know. But I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Absolutely.
I just believe
Roy Jones Jr. doesn't just question Floyd Mayweather's greatness, he tears at the very core of it. In his view, Floyd's 50-0 record represents protection more than perfection. Roy argues that Mayweather's undefeated run was built through calculated matchmaking, avoiding truly dangerous opponents in their prime and choosing timing over true risk. To him, real greatness isn't about keeping a spotless record, it's about taking chances, walking through the fire, and still emerging victorious. Jones insists that any true boxing fan who studies the sport closely can spot the cracks in Mayweather's carefully crafted image. It's not hate, he says, it's just the truth.
At this age, who's better? Let's do it. We don't got to do subliminals. Roy Jones, 56 years of age, right? If you don't know, Roy Jones, who's 56 wins, 10 losses, no draw, 47 wins by way of knockout. He was knocked out 5 times in his career. Stands at 5'11" with a 74-inch arm reach. Roy Jones was asked a few times, particularly he did an interview with another Hall of Famer, an Olympic gold medalist, 2-division world champion retired, Andre S.O.G. Ward. And Roy Jones was asked about, what his thoughts is of Floyd Mayweather. He's always been very outspoken when it comes to Floyd Mayweather. He's never kept it a secret. He don't value Floyd Mayweather because Floyd Mayweather made a statement about Roy Jones' icon, right? The guy he looked up to, the GOAT, that many people believe, Muhammad Ali. When Floyd Mayweather made the comments that Muhammad Ali is not better than him, that he's better than Muhammad Ali, Roy Jones didn't take that too light. Roy Jones was not happy with it. He said, how you going to say you better than the GOAT? How you going to say you better than somebody that paved the way for us all? How you going to say, that you could beat Muhammad Ali? You're a small guy. You understand what I'm saying? And rightfully so. I get it. But Roy Jones, got to understand everybody's mindset ain't his mindset, right? Everybody don't have the same mindset. Everybody's not looking at it the same way, right? Floyd Mayweather always says this. It is no disrespect to no other fighter. But I ain't getting the sport of boxing. Just say no fighter is better than me. And he ain't supposed to, right? You get in this, you have idols. You have icons, you have people that pave the way that you look up to, but you get in it to be better than them, right? It's just like being a parent, right? You want your kids to be better than you, not equal to you, not on the same level, but you want them to be better than you. And that's how Floyd Mayweather look at it. Yeah, Muhammad Ali paved the way. Yes, he's great, but guess what? I ain't getting in this sport for to say somebody's better than me. Now, where Floyd Mayweather went a little sideways to the people when Muhammad Ali's kids and family got involved, his daughter Layla Ali, they wasn't happy, and then Floyd said, well, listen.
Roy Jones Jr. doesn't just question Floyd Mayweather's greatness, he tears at the very core of it. In his view, Floyd's 50-0 record represents protection more than perfection. Roy argues that Mayweather's undefeated run was built through calculated matchmaking, avoiding truly dangerous opponents in their prime and choosing timing over true risk. To him, real greatness isn't about keeping a spotless record, it's about taking chances, walking through the fire, and still emerging victorious. Jones insists that any true boxing fan who studies the sport closely can spot the cracks in Mayweather's carefully crafted image. It's not hate, he says, it's just the truth.
Roy Jones Jr. is telling the truth about Floyd Mayweather Jr. Finally, as the two of these incredible fighters have been going back and forth in the media, trading barbs, trading insults. But as people listen and look, one thing that stands out to me is that you guys must have really forgotten how great a fighter Roy Jones Jr. was at his peak. When you look at Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s whole career, you see a perfect career, incredible fights, no losses. But what you won't see is any time in his career where he was as good and as dominant at his peak as Roy Jones Jr. was. Roy Jones Jr. was one of the best fighters, pound for pound, #1 fighter in the sport of boxing for over a decade, and he deserves respect for that. Now, specifically about what Floyd Mayweather Jr. had to say and the insult that he had about Muhammad Ali, that's what is at the root of Roy Jones Jr.'s problem with Floyd Mayweather Jr. Because Floyd Mayweather Jr., despite how great he is absolutely positively an egomaniac, seemingly incapable of giving other people their credit. If you can't give credit to Muhammad Ali as being one of the top 5 fighters of your lifetime, Floyd, stop it. you know full well that he is a better fighter than Roberto Duran and that you are just being petty and insulting about the man. And I applaud Roy Jones Jr. for checking Floyd Mayweather on that. And he isn't the first person to check Floyd about that. Mike Tyson said the same thing. Floyd is just an incredibly, incredibly gifted person in the ring, but outside the ring, I think it's kind of hard to find anybody that's a bigger jackass.
As Roy Jones Jr. continues to speak out, more people are beginning to see where he's coming from. This isn't bitterness, it's the perspective of someone who's lived the fight game at its highest level. In his prime, Roy was a phenomenon. Blistering speed, devastating power, unmatched creativity, and a level of dominance that made him nearly untouchable. His career was built on moments of brilliance where he faced real danger head-on and made it look effortless. That's why, when Roy speaks, his words carry the weight of experience and the credibility of someone who's been there.
And Roy Jones Jr. I don't like the debate. To me, they're legendary, they're Hall of Famers. Well, I don't understand this beef. I mean, what do you think about it overall?
Beef is beef, man. Smoke is smoke. They don't like each other, man. I don't know why everybody act like they're so shocked. This is who I don't like. Hell, beef is beef, man. And everybody got their egos and. Floyd posted that story where he showed Roy Jones getting knocked out, and then Roy said what he said, and it was like, now it's beef. So, hey, best way to handle beef is to fight.
That's what Thomas said. Let him fight. Let him fight.
Let him fight.
I see an exhibition of that.
Fuck all my beef. Let us fight, goddamn. I want to fight somebody.
So if I had to bet the house, who would I bet on? Mayweather or Roy Jones Jr. if that fight actually did happen?
I have seen Mayweather train, and I was in Dubai with him on one of the exhibition fights. And I say that Mayweather can come back and fight professional against some of the best men in the world right now.
Claressa Shields, a decorated Olympic champion and one of boxing's most respected voices, has jumped into the heated debate between Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr., making her stance clear through social media exchanges. She believes there's only one real way to settle it, an official fight in the ring. While she acknowledges Floyd's talent and long list of accomplishments, Claressa questions how much they truly mean without facing a serious, high-risk challenge. In her view, stepping in against someone like Roy Jones Jr., a proven warrior across multiple weight classes, would finally show whether Floyd truly deserves the legendary status he's been given. For her, greatness should be defined by action, not just reputation.
Roy Jones call out Floyd Mayweather after Floyd Mayweather's subliminal disses. I saw it. And you guys are hitting me up repeatedly. Showbiz, who do you have if Roy Jones and Floyd Mayweather were to fight? And, I must say, Roy Jones is my favorite fighter ever. He's my favorite fighter ever. You guys know I was a huge fanboy and all those things. I've said it repeatedly. But if they were to fight, I'd be rooting on Floyd Mayweather, man. I can't. Listen, regardless of how many times I've criticized Floyd and his career or whatever, Tim T has always shown me love, man. Floyd Mayweather showed me love. His son, his family. Look, Tim T has always shown love, bro. They have kept it a bean. I just never really been able to connect with Roy like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen him a few times. But I'm going with Floyd on this one, man.
This potential clash between Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. has set the boxing world ablaze. It's not just casual fans stirring the pot. Hardcore analysts, fellow champions, and major sports outlets are all weighing in. The debate goes far beyond speed, power, or technique. It's about legacy, truth, and the very definition of greatness in the sport. On one side, Mayweather's loyal supporters point to his flawless record, unmatched ring IQ, and defensive genius. On the other, Roy's admirers see him as the more naturally gifted fighter, fearless, innovative, willing to take on bigger men and risk it all in the ring. Everyone has their theory, their prediction, their favorite. And with every passing day, the buzz isn't just growing, it's roaring.
Floyd Mayweather savagely trolls Roy Jones Jr. after recent comments Roy Jones made about Floyd Mayweather couldn't possibly be the best and couldn't possibly beat Sugar Ray Leonard, and he had no respect for Floyd Mayweather since Floyd Mayweather stated that he was better than Muhammad Ali. And Floyd Mayweather savagely trolling Roy Jones Jr. as he's sitting on his couch watching Roy Jones get knocked out by Antonio Tarver in the second fight. And then in the second clip, he's sitting on his couch, very, very dialed in, and watching Roy Jones get brutally knocked out by Glenn Johnson, as you see right here. And Floyd Mayweather sitting on his couch, looking at his big screen, watching Roy Jones get stretched by Glenn Johnson and stretched by Antonio Tarver in the second fight. This is the ultimate troll and savage move by Floyd Mayweather. They're both legends. Roy Jones is a legend. Floyd Mayweather is a legend. But we know Floyd Mayweather retired 50 wins, no loss, no draw, 27 wins by way of knockout. Roy Jones did the unthinkable, jumping from light heavyweight to heavyweight to beat John Ruiz. But when he came back down, he wasn't the same fighter. What y'all think about this?
Floyd Mayweather is no stranger to taunts, but this time his trolling struck a nerve. Roy Jones Jr. didn't just laugh it off, he came back with purpose. His message was crystal clear. He's not interested in an exhibition or some made-for-TV spectacle. Roy wants a real fight, under real rules, with no special terms and no half measures. For him, this isn't about money or headlines, it's about legacy. He's daring Floyd to strip away the showbiz persona and step into the ring for a genuine test. No backroom deals, no safe play, just two legends, face to face, with everything to lose and everything to prove.